Good evening and namaste everyone. Welcome to today's session of Let's Connect 9 Women, 9 Success Stories. I'm here today with Miss Gayatri Puranik. Gayatri ji, welcome to our today's show. As you know, we are doing these 9 sessions as we are worshipping Goddess Durga in different parts of India these days. And remembering Goddess Durga, we are trying to have 9 successful women come to our show, 9 women with different areas of interest, and we try to showcase what different attributes women have and how they've made a name for themselves in Germany. So we are happy that we have a very successful Indian woman entrepreneur here today with us. Gayatri ji, I'd introduce her and then ask her to speak in more detail. She's been living in Germany for 31 years. She's from Maharashtra. In 1997, she set up her own business called Om Vitals. It is an Ayurvedic products business. She also runs a magazine called Ayurveda Magazine. She is an expert in languages. She speaks 3 foreign languages, including German, English, and Italian, and has studied applied linguistics. Gayatri, please tell us more about yourself and your business also in Germany.
Sure. As you mentioned, I come from Maharashtra, Mumbai. I was born and grew up mostly in Mumbai and came to Germany in 89, 3 weeks before the wall came down. So one of the nice parts of having been here or from that point of time was kind of experiencing and living European history. So it was a very exciting time actually. And so after my studies, I come from a family that manufactures Ayurvedic medicines in India. So I was looking for business contacts for the family business here in Germany, and decided at one point of time I would do the import myself and look for the business contacts in the meanwhile in Germany. So that was the reason I started, and yes, it has been an exciting time since then.
Yes, I'm sure. I mean, Om Vitals is doing very well, and you have a magazine also which you publish in German language for your German clientele. Can you tell us a little bit about your magazine also?
Yeah, sure. Ayurveda, as everybody knows, is something completely different from what we have as mainstream science, mainstream knowledge of health, lifestyle, etc. And over the years, and I'm a linguistic, so over the years I have noticed how difficult it is to explain certain things which come from a very different setting. In India, we have a different way of looking at things, at life, as well as your daily routine. And to explain something in this completely different setting was a challenge.
Absolutely,
Yes.
So especially more so in 1997 when Ayurveda wouldn't have taken roots there.
Yes, that is true. That is true. When I started with Ayurveda and I kind of, tried to speak to people, they would go like, I what? And then at some point of time it was, oh yes, that with the 3 types, Vata, Pitta, Dosha types. And now it is, oh yes, my friend did a treatment in Kerala.
Okay.
She did a Panchakarma somewhere, so now Panchakarma has become the key
more
word.
awareness also now.
Yes. But yes, at that point of time it was quite unknown, and the challenge was how to explain these concepts. And I learned a lot from my German counterparts, how to bring it across to the Germans. But at some point of time I realized that we still need the depth and the width that we have in India for the understanding of Ayurveda, which is when the magazine came my way. So I said, yes, that's a good idea. That has been a challenge as well.
Yes. I can imagine, because in 1997 when you came as a young lady, you were here and you were here by yourself when you had come. And I believe then you had your kids also. So I'm sure it would have been very difficult, Gayatri ji. It's today also difficult to set up your own business in a foreign country, but I'm sure back then it would have been even more challenging for you. So can you tell us about the challenges you faced, and also as a woman, did you find that any of the challenges were more difficult because you were a woman, or did you feel there was no difference at all?
No, there definitely are differences. And initially, you know, when we talk about women, being a woman and the challenges that you face as a woman, um, we have a certain kind of freedom in India, which is different. And we have a certain kind of feminism and an understanding of yourself as a woman, which is different to here. So even if the laws in Germany kind of say, yes, there are equal rights, you don't always find these rights being used the way women should be using them and taking advantage of that. So in certain ways, I found that we as Indian women are a lot more outgoing and also demanding in a different manner.
Yeah.
Right. And so coming here and starting all this on my own, I think I have always been a little adventurous. So, and I didn't understand the difficulties that were waiting for me. So, you know, if you say ignorance is bliss, then, then with that kind of confidence, and in India, sometimes you say, yeah, we'll do it. You know, so you just go ahead and you do it. So with that basic attitude, I just kind of said, yeah, we'll do it.
Yes,
No problem.
yes.
So,
But as you went along during your journey, what all challenges did you face?
oh, lots of challenges. Basically, yes, understanding the different rules that exist in the regulations in Europe as compared to the regulations in India. Then the size of the market, then the inhibitions that you have when in marketing.
Yeah.
You know, here we are selling health products, not medicines. So you have to ensure that you know the limits of what is a health product, and you do not cross into a medicine. So the regulatory challenges, the language challenges, as well as the logistics of making sure that everything comes here. And the packaging, as you know, is in Germany extremely in Western countries is very important. Whereas in India, as long as you have everything inside, you know, the weight and the volume, then if the label is a little scratched, doesn't make a difference. But here, everything has to
be perfect.
Yes. So those were a number of challenges that I kind of learned over the years. What is important and how to still make it economically viable.
Yeah. It must have been a difficult journey, I mean, to run a business and then make it profitable as well.
Yes.
How is your experience in general being Gayatri ji living in Germany, as having come as a young Indian woman and you got married here, you have kids here. So how is your experience on the personal front been? Again, were there challenges you faced in integrating with the local society, or you think the society was welcoming?
Yes, I mean, you know, I cannot take everybody, generalize too much, because there will always be people who are more open, and there will also be people who are a little hesitant. So, but language helps, you know, if you speak to them in their own language, and if you have a couple of phrases with which the local people feel comfortable, you know, it has to be also in the dialect.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, then they feel a little more comfortable and they don't feel like, you know, you wouldn't understand them. And so then that helps to kind of get on with the other parents. So after university, then obviously through the children, the integration into the society comes through the children and the school. And of course, there I had other challenges about how to impart what I think are values, you know, to my children. I mean, the values that we as an Indian culture and society have are different to what the culture and society has over here. So how to impart those values, that was also quite challenging. And at some point of time, you know, you have to kind of put your foot down and be stern, and and I had to kind of think of how do I manage to bring both.
So it's not easy, and as you were saying, I mean, it is not just bringing a business to Germany, but your business is also like raising a child, because it is a very new field which you've kind of contributed to promoting in Germany. And now at least people know about Ayurveda. As you were saying, they know about Panchkarma. And there's a lot of Ayurvedic research going on in Germany itself from its own research institutes, and the dedicated efforts towards this. So at least on that front, your child has grown up now, so we should be less worried on that front.
Yes,
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 yes.
yes.
Yeah.
So Gayatri ji, is there any advice that you would give to our young professionals, and more so to Indian girls who come here and who are trying to establish themselves on the professional front and on their personal front also, when they're trying to
Yes.
integrate in the society?
Yes.
Are there any advice you'd like
Yes,
to give?
it's my advice is always based in yoga and Ayurveda.
Yeah.
And one thing that I personally also felt is, self-awareness. If you are aware of your strengths and your weaknesses, which is also what we teach in Ayurveda, to know your constitution, to know your doshas, to be able to judge what do I need when, and how to compensate or get appropriate support. So basically, if you know your strengths, make sure you use your strengths well, don't overtax them. If you know your weaknesses, then you can make sure that you get enough support to be able to not let your weaknesses let you down.
Yes,
So
yes.
self-awareness, be yourself, be aware of yourself, and be strong.
Yes. And on the professional front, Gayatri ji, is there any advice you'd like to give to somebody who comes here and wants to set up his or her business here? Both are young men and women.
Yeah, be pragmatic, be practical. Having, that is something that I learned in Germany.
Yes, yes,
In India, it was always a lot of optimism and confidence. Just go ahead and do it. And in Germany, I learned to be pragmatic and practical. Kind of phase it, take your
Yeah.
stages, think it out,
Yeah.
and don't give up. So as in the German sense, I would say, do it,
Yeah.
but plan and do it well.
Yes, yes, yes. And that's very good advice, Gayatri ji. And as I was mentioning before, every day of the what we call the Navratri, we have a different color signifying each of the day. And white, in fact, which we associate so closely with Ayurveda also, white also has a significance of depicting peace. And it is the peaceful aspect of Goddess Durga that we worship on the day. We also recognize the color white. So you've brought peace to your surroundings and to this country as well in your own small manner. So thank you so much for joining us today. We're very happy to have you here, and we wish you luck in your future endeavors as well, Gayatri ji. Thank you.
Thank you very much for having me here, and also on this very auspicious color of peace.
Yes, yes.
Thank you.